say unto thee, the power of Christ compels you.
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
The power of Christ compels you.
Does it, Jay?
The power of Christ compels
Is
you.
the power of Christ compelling me? Is that what's happening?
The power of Christ compels you.
Guess what? It's not that compelling.
The Omen is one of the first horror movies I have ever seen. It might have been even the first one. It's been so long that I have almost completely forgot what happens in it. One of the only things I know is that Damien is the main villain. The First Omen did something very brave, something that not many other modern horror movies dare to do. They made a prequel to the original film. And it worked. It was directed by Akasha Stevenson, who also wrote it together with Tim Smith and Keith Thomas. It is her directorial debut, and she did one hell of a job.
How did you ensure that the First Omen could stand on its own while also leading seamlessly into the original Omen?
Yeah, well, I think what was so wonderful is having that ending, because I think the biggest question that people have when they see the Omen is, where did Damien come from?
Sure.
And so once you have that answered and you're dovetailing into the 1976 version, that gives you all of this real estate to play with.
We follow American novitiate Margaret Dino as she makes her way to an orphanage in Italy. But strange things are starting to occur, and she has to figure out what exactly is going on. I guess you can still make good horror movies nowadays. To be fair, Imaginary was good too. The acting of Nell Tiger-Free, who plays Margaret, is incredible. I gotta give her credit there. Great work. The acting in general is very good. Now the effects are terrific too. They relied more on practical effects, and I appreciate that. Very ominous and dark soundtrack. It's really fitting. One thing I have to point out, even though the story is good, it is incredibly predictable. That could just be because I have seen so many horror movies, but it was bad. Countless times I called what was about to happen, including the big twist. There was even one time where I straight up knew what line this character was about to say. Also, the jump scares, sadly like I said before, I became immune to them, were only decent. The ending, even though foreseeable, was good. Additionally, this film has excellent cinematography. You guys know I enjoyed it a lot. I would give this movie a 7.6 out of 10. I liked it. I had a wonderful time in theaters. I can only recommend it as a horror movie fan or as an Omen fan. Anyways, let me know if you have seen the First Omen and what you thought of it. I'll see you in the next video. Stay brave.
This is very real.